Yo, what up? We're gonna talk about my favorite anime ships. Someone on Tumblr wanted me to talk about them, and I was like, sure, why not? Although, you know, the shipping urge is not as strong as I've grown older, but so a lot of these are kind of from not older, but you know, like ones that I watched when I was like a teen. But before I go into that, I'm gonna list off some ones that were runner-ups that were close but didn't quite make the cut. Everyone in Ozaki-kun pretty much pairs up perfectly together. Everyone in Haikyuu's fucking gay for each other. Sound Euphonium, all of them are gay for each other. Ko and Aoba in Cross Game. Gon and Killua and Hunter x Hunter. Nami and Mio and Ritsu and Keion. Kyon and Yuki and Haruhi Suzumiya. Konata and Kagami and Lucky Star. Hachiken and Aki in Silver Spoon. Okabe and Kurisu in Steins Gate. Those were the runner-ups, but they didn't make the cut. Alright, let's do it. Number 5, Chihaya and Errata from Chihaya Furu. So Chihaya and Errata, if you don't know what Chihaya Furu is, basically they met when they were kids. I'm always a sucker for that. Errata was bullied, Chihaya reached out to him, he's very shy. They learned how to play karata, or he taught her how to play karata. Karata became like the most important thing in her life. It's a Japanese kind of game where you hit poetry cards. Fucking watch Chihaya Furu, it's so good. And then Errata leaves. And then there's this love triangle between Chihaya and Taichi, who stayed, and Errata, who kind of moved, and they kind of lost touch. And people would like Chihaya and Taichi, but I'm like, psh, as much as, you know, I like Taichi as a character. But Chihaya and Errata, because they were so kind to each other from the very beginning, because Taichi was a little dickhead when they were kids. Errata kind of leaves the game and Chihaya like tries to bring him back into it. She's always kind of like longing to see him, and like because he was such a significant part of why she loved Karuta and got into it. It's just, and Arata's like my favorite character. Errata and Chihaya are like my favorite characters anyway. They're fucking cute. They're just adorable. Arata's very serious. Chihaya's very kind of fiery and passionate, and so whenever they do get to meet each other, makes my heart go fucking doki doki and shit. Really rewarding show. Go watch Chihaya Furu. I'll plug Chihaya Furu anytime I can because that show is so good, and the character dynamics and relationships are so satisfying and rich and fucking A+. Number 4, Roy Mustang and Riza Hawkeye from Fullmetal Alchemist. Roy Mustang and Riza Hawkeye, they're both in the military. Hawkeye is Mustang's kind of subordinate. She's like his number two right-hand woman. They're basically inseparable, and so she has kind of like this sense of duty to him, and he's like, yes, my loyal subordinate. But you know they totally fucking. I don't know why this is the symbol for fucking, but they're fucking. What I love about this relationship is that they're very adult about it. It's none of this, ooh, oh no, I have a crush on you, blah, blah, blah. Not that I don't like that, as you'll see on some of the other things on this list. But they're fucking adults, and they treat each other respectfully and maturely. Like, even if they don't necessarily show them, like, do anything lovey-dovey, you know they are extremely dedicated to each other. Not only on a romantic sense, which you know they're totally digging each other, but they also both just respect each other so much. Hawkeye saves Mustang a bunch of times. Roy relies so much on Hawkeye. That's part of the satisfying elements of the relationship, is that, you know, not only are they clearly fucking, but they are both very strong, independent people, and yet they have this mutual trust and bond that is so strong. So fucking strong, man. I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that those two are fucking. They're both badass motherfuckers. They've got an extensive past together, all sorts of shit to link them together, and as I've said many times, you know they fucking. Number 3, in the similar vein, Ed and Winry from Fullmetal Alchemist. Now, in a lot of anime, you get the kind of bickering couple. Usually they're annoying teenagers who are like, I don't like you. Yeah, you don't like me? Well, fuck you, but I secretly like you. And while you do get a sense of that in Ed and Winry's, that is kind of part of their dynamic. But what's nice is that Arakawa fleshes it out a lot more. They have a shared past. They were childhood friends. They do like each other. Because some anime couples, it's like, you don't fucking like each other. Like, how can you argue this much? And while they bicker, but you can tell it's because Winry cares about Ed. Because Ed is honestly kind of a shithead when it comes to like maintaining his automail and all that stuff. So usually Winry's sort of frustration towards him is justified, and then you get that lovey-dovey kind of dere sort of, be careful, Ed. Oh yeah, that's the good shit. Arakawa can balance comedic elements of the bickering, and she throws a wrench at his head, it's funny, but at the same time make them feel like they're actual human beings who care about each other. And boy, oh boy, is that relationship very satisfying to watch unfold. I always like when characters can be honest with each other that they care about somebody, and it's not constantly like, I don't like them. They bicker, but it's like almost like how a married couple bickers. They're definitely great friends. They definitely love each other. And I won't spoil anything that happens, but man, oh man, are there some A+ scenes with them. Because Ed is honestly more of a tsundere than Winry is anyway. So getting to watch him sort of come to terms with how he feels, that's the good stuff. These last two, I feel, these are straight from my teenage years. And I feel so strongly about them even today. I'll go number 2, School Rumble, Harima, and Yakumo. Not Eri. School Rumble, I just recently rewatched it. It's objectively not amazing, but I loved it as a young lad. And I still think it's pretty funny now. It hasn't aged as well as I, would like it to, but I don't fucking care. I still enjoy it. School Rumble's full of these romantic entanglements. The main character, Harima, is just kind of like tough guy from the streets. He has a crush on this one girl who's a dumbass. Her sister, Yakumo, she's the best. She's this sweet, beautiful angel. She likes him, and then there's this rich girl named Eri who is Tenma's friend, and she likes Harima. And it sounds generic, but it's actually handled in a very funny way. They never dwell too much on emotional drama because of these entanglements. It's usually played for laughs. Now, Harima's relationship with Eri is Harima basically Eri super tsundere. So she's like, oh, I fucking hate him. He's such a thug or whatever. He's such a jerk. And he's like, yeah, fuck that girl. I don't like her. But, they clearly get along sometimes and, do care about each other. And then there's Yakumo. And so Eri's the rich tsundere girl. Yakumo's the very sweet, kind of like, she is she's quiet, but she's very caring and loving towards her sister and super shy. And Harima, because Harima becomes a mangaka, and she helps him make his manga and comes and slowly starts to have a crush on him. He doesn't sense it at all, but she totally starts to fall for him. And she knows that he likes her sister, and she doesn't want to get in the way, and she's fucking perfect. I love Yakumo as a character. I think she's just very lovely and kind, and I think she deserves happiness. And honestly, they get into some steamy situations. Those are my favorite moments of the show. Still, even when I was watching them now, years later, I was like, God, these two need to get together. Harima really respects Yakumo and really cares about her because she's just very nice to him, and he really appreciates all that she does for him and really likes her, but not in a romantic way. But boy, I wish it was romantic, because those two, especially Yakumo, you know what? Yakumo deserves happiness. God damn it. And finally, number 1. Ooh, this is the big one. Sosuke and Kaname from Full Metal Panic. Full Metal Panic was one of the defining shows of my teenage years. I still fucking love. I think the first season has not aged well. I think Fumofu and the second raid, though, are great. Still, I rewatched the whole series semi-recently, and I think the second and third season really hold up. So Kaname is a high school girl. Very outspoken, very outgoing, kind of brash, but a nice girl. And she turns out she's a whispered, which is this crazy, she has a power, secret technology hidden in her mind that she doesn't know about. And so Sosuke is he basically grew up, as a child soldier. Now he works for a mercenary group called Mithril, and he gets assigned to, protect her and goes undercover as a high school student, and he doesn't know shit about blending into humans like regular society. He's always blowing shit up, pulling out guns. So it's a comedy, but also some drama. But the comedy elements, they're at high school, and he's always fucking things up for her. What I like about Kaname is that she's tsundere, but she's a justified tsundere. And what I mean by that is that some tsunderes are fucking the worst. Kaname is generally very nice to pretty much everyone she meets, but she gets super angry at Sosuke because Sosuke is always fucking things up. She's always having to clean up his messes. He's always doing some ridiculous, like blowing up a classroom or whatever. She always beats him up with her fan. But at the same time, when stuff gets quiet or, more intimate, she's super sweet. She really admires him, and because he gets her out of some really serious shit, some really tough jams. And he's actually, he's a dumbass, but he's actually a very caring person on top of that, because he, at first is assigned to protect her, but slowly, as these things do, he starts to realize he cares about her personally, not just his duty as a soldier. Both of them have to come to terms with oh, I'm kind of crushing on the other, and their dynamic is so funny. He's so on point in terms of duty, and he's always fucking things up, and she thinks she gets so pissed, but she loves him. It works because Sosuke is super dutiful. He doesn't resent Kaname for whatever she yells or hits him with, because honestly he deserves it, and he kind of knows that, or realizes that after the fact. They are so funny together. And there's a scene, I won't say any specifics, where she gives him a haircut in the 3rd season. Oh, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So well directed, so intimate. Oh, it's just... KyoAni did such a good job with the 2nd and 3rd season. So, anyway. Alright, that was my favorite anime pairs. Yeah. I got more into that than I was expecting. I guess I'm sort of reliving my teenage years. But, yeah, that was that, and hope you liked it. And if you didn't, I don't care. Alright. Bye.